So I've owned this Renault Zoe ZE50 now for about 18 months. I've driven 9,000 miles in it. I figured it was about time I did a proper ownership review. And I guess what that comes down to is, would I recommend it? And the answer is yes, but there are a few things that you need to know. So let's start by talking about range. So the quoted range is about 238 miles for the R135 version, which is what this is. But when you get onto a motorway, you get 25% to 50% less depending on how much you're putting your foot down. So I always bank on, if I'm driving efficiently, about 180 miles to a full charge if I'm driving on quicker roads. So it has a 50 kilowatt hour battery and it will charge at a maximum of 50 kilowatts. So although that's fine because it's quite a small battery, if you've used a lot on a long drive, for example, or on a very spirited drive, then you might need about 40 minutes to get a decent enough charge to carry on your way. So in terms of build quality, although it's better than the ZE40 that came before it, it's not a luxury vehicle. It feels nice inside, it's got some good technology and it's comfortable, but don't expect high levels of luxury. And finally, I just want to touch on this Euro NCAP safety rating that everyone is kind of worried about, and rightly so. If safety and those ratings are important to you, then looking at the Zoe and it's 0 stars, you might be concerned. But let me just kind of explain a bit about what that's about. So the reason it got this 0 safety rating is because Renault removed the head airbags, which protects against a side impact. Across the board, otherwise, it's fine, and it has plenty of driver assist and advanced safety features like lane keep assist, blind spot warning, etc. But it does technically have a 0 star rating. So do a bit of research if you want to look at what the Euro NCAP people have said about it, but it's worth bearing in mind. Overall though, I love this car. It might not be as quick as some other EVs. So for example, it'll do 0 to 60 in about 7 or 8 seconds, which isn't that much slower than the R 500 that I used to have. But it'll actually do 0 to 30, which is my favourite thing ever because you can pull away from the lights and even beat BMWs off the line, which really upsets them. It'll do that 0 to 30 in about 3.6 seconds. So the instant torque is wonderful, but the billowy suspension, which makes it quite comfortable, puts me off really kind of throwing it around corners. Although it has a lot of grip because it's got this low down stability from the batteries, that billowy suspension just means you're rocking around the car, which isn't great. So the instant torque makes everything more exciting, whether that's pulling away from lights, following rally cars around mountain roads in Wales, or hitting the North Norfolk Coast Road. As my other Zoe videos will attest to, I really enjoy this car and I don't regret buying it, and I would absolutely recommend it to anyone. Let me give you some of the highlights. The Bose sound system was a great investment. I ummed and ahed over whether we should spend a ton of money on all of these additional things, but going for the winter pack, which has heated seats, and that sound system has been brilliant. I'm actually disappointed listening to music in other cars now. So this car is also surprisingly spacious. An average adult can comfortably fit in the back, but you can put the seats down in the boot to accommodate anything from a bicycle to a snowboard and skis. We've even done tip runs in it. So although it is a city car and it's a small hatchback, it does actually have plenty of space. If I'm just living my best Norfolk life, it'll easily hit 200, 220 miles on a full charge, which isn't bad when you consider that this is on the more affordable end of the scale, and its competitors, things like the Corsa-e, the Fiat 500 electric, the Honda-e and other small EVs, don't get quite that range. So I think if you're looking for maximum range, going for a Renault Zoe is a good choice, and I'm glad I made that choice. So that's what it's like to live with the Renault Zoe. Such a fun car, super spacious. There are some things that could be better, but down the more affordable end of the scale, I think this is pretty good. If you'd like to see more about what I think about the Renault Zoe, including how I spec'd it, check out this playlist here. Thanks for watching.